Hello, I'm Jack Middleton. So this week, 2 security guards were caught drinking spirits outside Perth Courthouse. They were then later fired. That's really the beginning and the end of this story, but hopefully media coverage like this makes us more aware of what role companies actually play within our country.
This is the Serco Group. They run all 7 immigration detention centres in Australia, but they do lots more. In fact, they're probably the biggest company you've never heard of. Governments all around the world outsource to Serco. In Australia, Serco have a presence on every military base, run every immigration detention centre, 2 prisons, cross-country trains like the Indian Pacific and the GAN, and they're bidding on more contracts right now, including one to run prisons across New South Wales. So, even if you don't know their name, chances are you're caught in their web.
According to its website, its main focus is to provide excellent and outstanding service to its customers. Now the question is, can we trust a selfless and caring and multi-billion-dollar corporation to manage some of our most basic services? Let's find out.
The authorities that run the Villawood Detention Centre don't have the appropriate powers to stop riots.
I was told that the scenario was unrealistic and it would never happen.
He's suggesting changing the laws, for example, to allow them to force detainees off roofs.
It just shows again that this government was not prepared for the chaos that was unleashed in the detention network.
The Assistant Commissioner's evidence today was clouded by the fact he doesn't know who is in these facilities.
She also criticised the department's media policy.
The Australian Border Force Act of 2015 prevents anyone from talking about what goes on in these centres. Now that includes acts of violence, cases of mental abuse, abuse of children, all of which go on in these centres. And we know all these things happen thanks to people who put themselves out there at risk.
A guard has broken ranks with the government and Serco, the secretive company that runs the centre.
On Christmas Island, bin 13 is code for the document shredder. Among guards, it's popularly believed that Serco keeps the truth about what happens from the government. This guard says it happened to a report involving an attack on him.
Who shredded the document? A Serco guard. The Serco manager?
Yeah, officer, yeah.
These people are a mix of all kinds, not just rapists and drug dealers, but doctors, nurses and teachers and mothers as well. If we have ever been conditioned to fear and reject people fleeing from a different country just because we believe they might be different and dangerous, is wrong, because the majority of these people are just normal human beings like you and your family and your friends and people that you know.
We're a private company delivering services to the public sector, so transport, health, detention centres, we do business outsourcing, that sort of thing, so very, very diverse and very global.
As if they weren't doing enough for us already.
Fiona Stanley Hospital is one of the contracts, and what was important to us is, you know, we needed to ramp up in such a short period of time.
And they're doing a bad job at that too, as doctors are saying that sterilising of equipment is taking way too long, which is, well, putting patients at risk. Service delivery excellence. Once you turn over things like a school, a hospital, prisons or the military to a company that's out to make a profit, some very important things can then come second to money. There is really too much bad press out there to get through into detail, like security officers being fined for brutal treatment of prisoners, a massive overreaching of £68.5 million from the British government, and basically proving that the privatisation of prisons is bad due to their management of them. The privatisation of our basic services is a slippery slope, and the more we outsource them to multi-billion-dollar international corporations, the more we are at risk to lose. So perhaps instead of fearing people from a different country who have no power, no influence, no safety or money, perhaps be more suspicious of big businesses who are out to turn a profit from your literal suffering. This has been Jack Middleton reporting for Undercurrent.